So hey guys, I decided just to get on here real quick and kind of chat with you guys and tell you a story and show you my newest tattoo that I got. Um, my hair's a mess and it's just hot outside, so don't mind, don't mind that. I just figured I'd get on here and just do a real quick video. I've been wanting to do this video actually for a while, and I've recorded this many of times, and I just never really uploaded it. It's taken a long time for me to be okay kind of talking about it, and we'll see how I do today because it still really bothers me. But um, most of you know that I lost my grandfather, my pap, which will be coming up on a year already in October, which I do not know where the time goes. And then literally less than 24 hours after losing my pap, I lost my mom. So just this past year has been an adjustment just to like pretty much losing my whole family. And the year prior to that, my mom, she had Alzheimer's, and we ended up having to put her in a home, and she almost made it there a year. But I had her on hospice, and then my pap had prostate cancer, which is kind of normal. The older you get, he was 92, so I have to get in my mind he had a long life, and you know, a lot of people don't live till they're 92. Um, but it just kind of came to a shock as me because he literally was 92, but you would never even think that. He didn't look 92, he didn't act like 92. Just a couple weeks prior, he was riding our side by side, and he'd drive. He just was perfect health in my mind. Even though he did have prostate cancer, he'd go every once in a while to get like a shot. I guess it's like a chemo shot kind of type thing. But other than that, they said, you know, it was okay. Then something came back on his test or something where they wanted to scrape the rest out because there was cancer cells or something. And they got that. They thought they got it all. Uh, and then he ended up having to get a catheter, and that's where he went downhill. He just had problems with that catheter, and problems with that catheter. He kept going in, getting it taken out, putting it back in, and he blamed it a lot on the doctor, which I don't know because I really didn't go in a lot with him. I took him to the doctor all the time, and then like you think back on like what you could have done differently, and maybe I should have been going back into the doctor so I could hear what the doctor was telling him and stuff. But he was kind of like, he was stubborn, and he was kind of like me, but he just wanted to do what he wanted to do by himself, you know what I mean? So that's just how he always was. um, until there towards the end, I could just tell something was wrong. Like he'd come over, um, for Christmas is the time that I kind of really realized, and he didn't want to walk up my steps and stuff like that to get up into my house. And I didn't say anything, but now that you think back on it, like something was going on that he wasn't telling anybody. So he went in, and they said as healthy as he was, he should do chemo because they think he can get over it. And I was worried that he would get sick doing chemo just because of his age. And a lot of people do get sick from what I researched, from chemo treatments. And they wanted him to do like nine chemo treatments, I think it was. So he decided, yeah, he was going to do it. Actually, he wasn't bad, like, with chemo. I thought, like, he was really going to kick out of it. His blood in his urine, like, quit. And I thought, like, it was looking good, you know what I mean? And the bad part about this was during COVID and everything else. I was the only one they allowed in, and it was just, like, just a mess. Um, Nobody could get in there and visit him. Like, my husband couldn't get in there. My kids couldn't even get in there to see him. So after this, they decided to do a bone scan, and like I still remember this to the day because my husband and I were driving somewhere, but we didn't have service at all. Like it was such bad service, and I remember them calling me, telling me it was all through and that he was probably going to get sent home on hospice. And I had to call them back because I lost the call and everything else. That was just a bad day. But me not even being there, like when they told him that, like, I don't know, it was just, just sucks. But so he passed away October 8th, and my mom passed away on October 9th. I went into the nursing home, my sister and I actually, and we told my mom that my pap had passed away. They had sent him home on hospice, so I had him on hospice, and my mom was on hospice for a while. But when they sent my pap out of the hospital because they couldn't do anything else for him, I moved down there pretty much. I'd come home on the weekends, and he had a friend that would help him during the week or weekends while I, came home, and I had to clean the house, and I have kids and animals and everything, so I had to keep up with everything. It was a little bit hard, but yeah, I stayed at my pap's, and just watching him go downhill was really, really hard for me. Like, I don't think that's not something you'll forget, But anyway, my pap had passed away. I was there, and we figured we'd go tell my mom. My mom was 55 pounds. She wasn't eating. She had Alzheimer's, and this was at the late stage, so it was really bad. And once they're on hospice, you're allowed to go into the nursing homes. Before COVID or during COVID or whatever, you weren't allowed in there. Thankfully, my mom was on hospice, and I was able to go in there quite a bit to see her. They had her on hospice once, and then she kicked out of it and ended up doing a 360 and was completely fine. So I thought maybe this, would be how she would be this time. Then they put her on hospice, and I hadn't seen her for a couple months. They would do window visits, but I'd go to the window, and my mom has dementia and Alzheimer's, so she doesn't know. And they would put her in this room, and they'd want her to come over to the window, and she would fight and push her way out. And she didn't really know what was going on, so she never really wanted to do a window visit or anything like that. I've tried. So yeah, anyway, I seen her. I went in, and she was just horrible shape. Out of both of them, I would have definitely thought my mom would have went first, because she was suffering with Alzheimer's for a while, and that was my pap's daughter. So, and I would have never thought, like, 2 years ago or a year ago, before my pap got sick, and you told me he wouldn't be here today, I'd be like, you don't even know what you're talking about, because he was so healthy. And when I lived there for a whole month, I mean, he literally went downhill so fast. It was so crazy, like, to watch. It was sad. Noni can't even do anything. So, yeah, cancer's no joke. That's for sure. He had it all in his jaw and his vertebrae and his back and just everywhere. So anyway, let's talk about my mom. I went in there. We told her that her dad had passed away. And I just feel like that's what she was waiting for, because my pap and my mom's sister, which would be my pap's youngest daughter, she passed away as like a tragic accident, like really bad accident, right in front of my pap and my nan when she was 17 years old. So it was just my mom that they had left, So I feel like she was waiting for my pap to pass away before she passed away, because I don't think my pap would have been able to handle, you know what I mean? It would have been worse if she would have passed away and then he was sick and then it all happened. So I really do think everything happens for a reason. I don't know the reason, but we went in there. We told her that he had passed away, and just the look on her face, like she went like this, held her breath, and just looked up at the sky for a long time. Like, I looked at my sister because I didn't think she was breathing anymore. I mean, it was that bad. And then finally she started breathing again. I'm like, oh my gosh, but I just remember the look on her face when we told her that. It was just very strange, very odd. She just looked off into the distance, and I don't know. But my mom was really bad at this time. I mean, I felt actually bad for her. Like, nobody should suffer like that. That wasn't much of a life anyway for her. So as much as I was sad to lose my mom, I knew her being in the nursing home and living like that, not being able to get out of bed, not doing anything like that, not even knowing anything. I was prepared for that. Not saying I was ready for it, but I knew that was coming, to where my pap, it happened in a month, and that was it. And then just to lose both of them at the same time was just horrible. So we didn't get my mom's obituary in the paper right when we got my pap's in the paper. But where we had the funeral home, we knew him for a long time. My pap knew him very well. And we were able to have the viewings together, which was really nice, actually. Like my pap and his daughter, you know what I mean? If that's the way we all went down, I mean, I guess this is the best way to have it. Just when some people came in to visit, they were like, why is there two bodies here? They didn't know about my mom. But I mean, it was nice, but just still crazy. And now here it's almost a year. So Octobers were always important. He passed away on the 8th. His birthday was the 17th and mine was the 18th. So he passed away 10 days before my birthday, 9 days before his. And that was probably the hardest birthday I've ever had. And I mean, I've had birthday parties with him together since I was born. So, 37 years is a long time. Just have birthday parties together. And then 38 comes and he's not even there. So, sorry, I said I wasn't going to cry. So anyway, it's coming up on a year. And I don't know where the time goes. My Nan, which she passed away 10 years ago, which is hard to believe too. She always told me time goes so fast and all this and that. And I used to roll my eyes and unbelieve her and wish for, whatever day that I was looking forward to come really fast. And you don't really realize it until you have kids. And time does go fast. And you just don't even realize how fast it does go. But anyway, so yeah. Lost my pap, and then I lost my mom less than 24 hours later. So I had them on hospice a year prior to that, and that's why I haven't been doing YouTube videos a lot, and I missed it. I want to get back into my normal situation, I guess, and I've been really working hard to upload videos for you guys and things like that. And it just keeps me busy. So I'm going to start doing that. I know now my algorithm or whatever on YouTube is completely messed up. Nobody's getting any notifications that I'm uploading videos or anything like that. And my view count's down and it's just like crazy. So it's just like literally starting all over on YouTube, which is kind of hard for me because literally I've done YouTube videos for 11 years, which is a long time. And then I quit for so long, not doing it regularly, and then YouTube throws me back into whatever kind of thing this is. So whatever you guys can do, I would greatly appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, share. I don't know if you'd want to share this video, but share any other video, just so people know that I'm making videos and I'm back. I've been doing TikTok videos and all my other links in the information box. If you guys are interested in following me on there, I'm always doing something. But anyway, yeah, that was a long talk. I will put the time limit, in the information box. So if people just want to see my tattoo, they can just click on that. This tattoo is just kind of weird. First off, I'm going to show you this. And this is what I got tattooed. Which people are like, why would you get that tattooed? My pap and I painted everything. I always say I got my crafty side from him. He was always making me cat houses, bird houses. We'd paint his fence. We'd do everything. Like he would make jewelry. He'd do stuff out of leather. He was just so crafty and he would do everything. So I always felt like I was just like my pap. And I love doing stuff like that. And he would always just do stuff like that. So he went to the senior center, and this is when he was in perfect shape and everything else like that. Just months prior to him passing away or whatever. But he would say he went down to those old people to help out. And that's what he did. He did the bingo and he helped do the food and stuff like that. And he said, oh, don't ever let me get old like that or whatever. And he would just joke around, because he never thought of himself like that, which is good. So anyway, he was passing these wooden things out because they do crafts and everything. So I put the date and everything that he did that. Yeah, he was 92 when he did this. So this was right before he passed away. Anyway, they do crafts and everything every day or every week or something. So he was handing all these boards out, not thinking anything, handing them all out. Then he got one, and he realized he handed the cat out to this lady that I don't want to say he didn't like, but she was always controversial, and they were like picking back and forth. And I don't know, he had like a thing back and forth with her all the time. Like he said she would always say something smart and all this and that and blah blah blah. So anyway, she had this cat. There was only one cat in this whole thing that he had passed out. So he goes over to her and he says, "I need that cat back." He's like, "Here, you can have this one." As he's passing them out, and she didn't want to give it back to him. She said, "Oh no, this is mine. This is the one you gave me." I guess they argued about it. I don't know. So I always thought that was funny, just hearing that story, because I can imagine all these older people arguing on who's going to paint a cat, you know. So he's like, "I need that cat." He's like, my granddaughter loves cats. He's like, "I got to paint that for her." So anyway, I don't know how he did it, but he ended up getting it off of her. So I don't know if he argued with her so long that he didn't have time to paint all of it, but this is what he did. And I never said he was the best painter ever, but I mean, he did pretty good. That's 92-year-old painting all this. So he always said this was Little Nose. And my pap actually hated cats, didn't really like cats at all. He'd come to my house and he'd be like dressed up in like dressy clothes. We were going somewhere or a funeral or something, and he'd have all dress clothes on, like black, everything. And my cat would just jump on him and walk all around him and all on his head. I have so many pictures of it. And he'd be like, "Oh, like this." But he ended up liking my one cat. She's like kind of like a dog. But he ended up, I think, secretly liking her. But yeah. Anyway, he said this was Little Nose. And when he gave it to me, he said, "I didn't get time to paint it." He's like, "But make sure you finish painting it." So I said, "Oh, okay, I'll paint it." You know what I mean? I had all intentions on painting just the back side of it. So he had one side and then I had another side. But then the more I thought about it, I just wanted to keep it just how he painted it. So I stuck it in my curio cabinet. Every time I would see him, not every time, but pretty close, he'd be like, "Did you finish that cat? Did you finish that cat?" Because he knows like I'm such a procrastinator and don't finish anything. And I said, "No." I said, I will. And then I had the best idea. I was like, "I'm just going to get it tattooed on me," because he wasn't too fond of my tattoos. After so many, he kind of quit, but he didn't really think I should be covered in tattoos. But there towards the end, I guess he never said anything. So I said, "I'm going to get that cat just tattooed on me. That's my way of finishing." He's like, "You better not get that ugly thing tattooed on you." I wanted to do it before he passed away. My tattoo artist was so busy, couldn't get anybody in. And I really wanted my pap to see my tattoo before he passed away. And it didn't happen. If he knew I got this tattooed on me, he would probably shit. I'll show you. There's what it looks like. I'll hold it up. And then I got a paintbrush beside it because I figured like he taught me how to paint and he told me to finish painting it. There's my paintbrush and I stuck it on my back shoulder. I actually have John 3:16 on my rib cage, and then I have like a dove and stuff that I get added. Sometimes for my grandma that passed away, and I always told him that I would get something for him right beside my nan, Bible verse and stuff. It's John 3:16. So that's what I got. And then I put, it says PAP right here in the heart. But I told my tattoo artist, I said, "Just paint it exactly messy and how, you know, it looks." And he thought I was crazy, but he did do it. And yeah, that's on my shoulder. And if my pap knew about it, he would probably just shake his head and be like, "Oh my God." But so I feel like that's me finishing his project. And I actually really like it. I think it's a cute idea and I just love it. I actually have an appointment, I want to say not till November, but I am getting a tattoo for my mom as well. It's just, people are crazy. They're just like getting tattoos. Literally my tattoo artist can't get me in, and I'm like a regular, obviously. So I told him if he had a cancellation or anything to let me know, I would go in. But I have a really cute idea for a tattoo for my mom. It's completely strange and different, but I think I'm gonna love it. So if you want to know, make sure you subscribe and come back to my channel. I forget when my appointment is. It's sometime in, I think it's in November, that I go get that. But I definitely will do a video and a story on that as well. I just didn't have try to go back to normal, and it's gonna be hard with holidays and everything because I mean it's just kind of us now. I mean Jay has family, but yeah, I guess things change. So definitely don't take anything for granted. And things can happen really fast. In a month, everything can completely change. So just stay aware of everything. But anyway, I have a couple Halloween videos I'm going to do. Not a couple, actually a lot. I'm in the process of redoing a dollhouse at the moment, which is kind of cool, and I've been recording that. So definitely look forward to that. I'm doing them early because I never get any of my projects done, and I had so many from last year, literally, that were half started. And then all of this happened, and I just didn't have time to finish any of them. Same thing with Christmas. So I have a ton of crafts and DIYs coming out. Because the ones that I started last year, and then there's some that I want to start this year. So I am going to do all of them, and I'm going to be uploading them. So make sure you come back and check out that. If you guys have any questions or requests or anything, definitely let me know. I think we're actually going to Vegas, and it's actually our anniversary Sunday. And Aspen's birthday then is a few days after our anniversary. So we went to Vegas a long time ago, and we said we always wanted to go back and just never really had the chance to do anything. Last year and the prior year, we didn't really go on vacation just because everybody was sick, and I was taking care of everything and things like that. And this year is the time that we feel like we should just do it for ourselves. We did go to the beach just for like 2 or 3 days, and we just met his family actually out there. So yeah, for our vacation, that's where we're going to go, I think, is where we're going to Vegas. And if I do, I'm going to vlog everything and do everything because it's a trip. And yeah, so I've just been trying to find neat stuff kind of to do while we're there. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. This video is probably long and kind of boring, you guys. So I just wanted to tell you kind of the backstory of my pap and my nan. And then I did want to show you my tattoo that I got. I did get another tattoo finished while I got this one. I had one on my Mario leg that was colored in, and I have that video. I do believe that video is on YouTube, and it is on my TikTok. It was originally a TikTok video, but I did upload it to YouTube as well. So if you missed that tattoo, you can go check my channel and see it being colored in and stuff like that. That outline was on my leg for a while. And my tattoo guy's like, you always jump around. And it's like, once you have one outlined, you want something different and all this and that. And I have a hard time finishing anything. Like my pap always told me. So I was like, you know what, just finish coloring it in. So that's what we did. But anyway, I am going to get off here. It's actually kind of hot outside. I'm like sweating. I'm so ready for fall. And I feel like I have a candle lit, and it's like pumpkin waffle or something from Bath and Body Works. And when I walk in my house, I just feel like it's fall, and I'm just going to start cleaning my house, and then I'm going to do a decorate with me for Halloween. Because I didn't decorate at all last year, like not at all, other than I had my skeleton. Clean my house completely, very good. Because first off, it needs it. Second off, I just figured that would be a fun video. I'm going to do a clean with me video and then a decorate with me video all in one. Because yeah, I'm going to decorate for Halloween. I'm super excited. I didn't decorate really at all last year. I had some of my stuff out, and then I just was like, and it just sat there like in my tote, and I never did anything with it. I did have my big skeleton up, and I'm so glad my pap's seen that skeleton. And he shook his head and he thought it was crazy. And then I brought it in the house in person, but he's seen a lot of pictures of it, and he just shook his head, thought I was crazy. And then all of this happened right around, well, it was October. So I literally didn't feel like doing anything. My husband ended up burning the box to the skeleton. I didn't have anywhere to put it. and it needed to come down. So I was like, you know what, just bring it in the house. And my husband and his friend brought it in the house. They took me to Jay's like, oh, I think that's a good idea. So they literally brought it in my house, and it's in my house, and that's where it stays. If my pap knew that, he would literally think I was insane. Even for Christmas, I had it, and I have a video, I think, on it. The tree sitting right beside him or whatever. So yeah, I like him in the house. I'm gonna keep changing his outfits and stuff. I liked him so much that I actually got 2 more skeletons because I didn't want to take him out of my house, and I'm gonna have one on each end of my driveway. And I think I might keep one up outside too, all year round, just because why not? And change his outfits and stuff like I do the one inside. I'm sure I only have 3 neighbors like kind of close to me. I live like in the middle of nowhere. Um, but I'm sure they'll really appreciate a 12-foot skeleton decorated for whatever. So I'm literally going to put it up probably within the next week. So yeah, I will do an unboxing and how I put it up and everything with that video, because I did not do it with my other one. And I have a ton of Home Depot props coming for Halloween that I ordered. If you go back to my channel, go through my videos, I have a couple that I did upload. I got a snake, and I got these 2 little pumpkin twins, and I forget what else. But I just got this huge spider, and I got 2 skeletons, and then I have like a hearse with a little pony. And then I have actually 5 other things that are on back order, which I'm hoping they send to me, because last year it was a mess. When I tried ordering a 12-foot skeleton and they were all sold out, and they canceled my back order. It was a nightmare. So I'm hoping that's not what happens with my other items that I did order. But yeah, I will have tons of video, tons of content. So I'm super excited just to get everything done and everything like that. So make sure you subscribe. And if you check one of my videos out and you think it's cool or something, if you really could share or at least like and comment it on something so I get thrown back into YouTube's algorithm. It's really frustrating and kind of depressing, to be honest with you, just after all of this happened, and then to get back onto YouTube and realize I didn't keep up with it, and I spent 12 years for nothing. So that's kind of like where I'm at right now. So anything you guys do, I really appreciate it. For you guys that were around and messaged me and commented me and were on Facebook and everything when my pap and mom did pass away, I really do appreciate it. I feel like I've made such great friends, like just off online. Sometimes we connect better than people that we know, like in real life, just because, for the simple fact that you found me randomly out of how many people online, and you started following me for whatever reason. So we have something in common, even if we don't agree on everything. You found me somehow, so we must like something the same. So just skip over videos that you don't like, watch videos that you do like, and I do appreciate you guys finding me, following me, and being so supportive over all of these years, like over a decade. How crazy is that? And I know people message me and ask how my kids are, and they feel like they've literally watched my kids grow up, which is crazy to me. So sometimes the people that you meet online, we have more in common than just like maybe a regular friend that we're just friends with. So that's how I feel. That's why I like to share with you guys, and I'll post anything, and I just feel like, why not? I don't mind documenting my life. So anyway, this video is so long. I'm getting off here. I am doing a haunted house thing that I'm doing right now. I am recording it. So I hope to have that done in the next couple of days. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching, and I really do appreciate it. And that's pretty much about it. Take care.